Welcome to the North Shore 9 Podcast, episode number 127. I am Ryan Alexander. Along with me, as always, is Anthony DiNardo. DiNardo, it's Game 5 of the World Series, and David Freese and Stephen Pierce both have homered.
It's game over for the World Series is what it is, Ryan. I clearly lost that bet.
The Red Sox, baby, I think. I don't know. Yeah, so when should the listeners expect your head to be shaved?
We did not bet on that. Which, unfortunately, we didn't bet on anything.
Well, you're backing out of the shaved head now?
I made it loud and clear that was not going to happen.
I don't know about that. I think we'll have to check the tape. I think you said we'll do it.
Check the tape like it's 1987.
Check the tape.
I did
We're like
not
the NFL.
say anything about this luscious hair.
Unbelievable. Backing out, this guy.
No. But I am pissed, though. Even though I lost, I'm still pissed. We did not come to a conclusion. The fans let us down once again. Put out there on Twitter, what do you want it to be? But no, for real, we didn't bet on anything. So
Twitter has been dead recently, has it not?
What's up with that? What's up with that?
Like, I get it. The Pirates season is over. Like, I don't know if people are just like, but like people still tweet. Like, we still tweet. People are tweeting the Steelers. People are tweeting, just anything. But I don't know. It's just been dead on there, like interactive wise.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a letdown. I don't know. Maybe the Steelers need to do a little bit better. Could that be it?
Well,
I don't know. There's no Pirates. That's been miserable. The Steelers have been miserable for the first part. Now they're coming back alive. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
They're in first place.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, they start off slow. Maybe they start off hot. Everyone in Pittsburgh be excited, but they're not.
Right.
But I don't know. The Pens are back. Maybe there's some better things in our way now.
Well, if you're going to back off of the shaved head and you won't do that, what about if the Red Sox finish it off? You have to grow the mullet back out.
So hold on. The only thing I get is either a shaved head or a mullet. Really?
That's right.
The mullet's kind of tempting, though. I'll say that. And
you've
the unfortunate thing is, right, I'm not saying like, oh, maybe it's tempting again. That means I would have to do it again, which means I had a mullet once before.
Yes,
These are all facts.
Had a mullet, which was the logo of your fantasy football team for years.
That's it, the Miami Mighty Mullets. True story.
That's right. True story. Speaking of fantasy football, DiNardo, and you losing, so we always, real briefly talk about the Around the 412 League, and I think you put it. How did you word it so elegantly? The most epic fantasy football matchup of the century,
something like that.
Well, it is currently 145 to 125. North Shore 9 is in the lead of DiNardo's dugout, and I have an 83% chance of winning.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance. Your only hope is left with Josh Gordon, which who knows what happens next week or tomorrow night.
Honestly, I can't wait till he comes and just blows up for 30 points and I beat you by like 0.3.
That would suck.
Because you do have Kamara, who's already 11.9 in right now.
Yeah, he's already scored. So it was a good matchup, though. Both our teams did what we thought they'd do.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't like you blew me out because my team sucked. My team actually has put up a good fight.
Yeah,
but maybe I should have started Marvin Jones.
I was just looking. I'm like, Marvin Jones is on your bench with 30.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
How about where are the people in this league? I have Patrick Mahomes that I have to start. He scores 30-some points a week. And I got Andrew Luck on my bench just scoring 30 every week. Somebody offer me a deal.
I'll trade you Rodgers for Luck straight up.
Yeah. Who needs a quarterback in this league? Come on, bro.
I do. And I have Andrew Luck.
Yeah, well, all right. You give me Marvin Jones. I don't know. Give me Zach Ertz.
Okay.
How about Marlon? How about old Mac?
Oh, that's my boy.
He's killing it.
Yep.
So anyway, nobody cares about fantasy football, though.
No one does care about your team, Ryan. Specifically your team.
Well, I care that I beat you, so there you go.
Yeah. So around the 412 football league. That sucks too, man. That really does, because it drove me crazy. I'm actually doing well in points. Shocking. That's like my MO. Like I'm up there in points, but I'll end up like a losing record. So
it's all about wins.
4-3. Now about to be 4-4 because I ran into you.
By the way, I was kind of wondering this because we're both 4-3, so it was a battle of 4-3 teams. But how many make the playoffs? Is this one of those leagues where like everybody makes it, or like 8?
I don't know. I don't think
there'll be a rematch in the playoffs. Me and you.
I hope so. I'm ready for a rematch. I am.
That's right.
Obviously, because I lost.
We'll get there. And then there's Wagner DeKutch's team, which is in dead last, 4 scores and 7 beers ago. I think his one win is against me, which sucks. But
that sounds about right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh man. Well, enough about that. So the Red Sox going to win this World Series.
What do you think about this David Freese and Steven Pierce?
I mean, why not? Why would it not be that way? Why would it not be that former Pirates are just going to go ahead and kill it in the World Series?
Yep.
I mean, I'm happy for Freese. I certainly am. Pierce is just that weird. I mean, I have no emotional tie to Pierce. I mean, it just is what it is. And I'm not calling him like a Pirate. You know, he was here for like right. a day and went to every other team in the NL and AL and probably overseas. And now he's in the World Series hitting home runs. So
probably
that
overseas.
Is what it is.
Yeah, and just a real quick side note as I tweeted this out, I think that was game 2 or 3. David Freese was batting third, and then I think Pierce was batting third or fourth in the lineup for the Red Sox that game. And you know, I just had to go through and find some old tweets from this summer when people absolutely lost their shit.
Oh man, you did God's work that day, Ron. I do have to say that.
Yeah.
I was wondering my phone's blowing up. I'm like, oh, Ryan's on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I saw that tweet. I'm like, oh, okay, I can get behind this one.
Yeah, man. So I found tweets from back in June or July, somewhere around there, and it was people basically, oh, Hurdle, why does he keep starting Freese? DFA Freese. He needs to be off this team. He's terrible. Real teams don't have him. No team would have him batting cleanup. Well, guess what? A big market team has him batting third in the World Series.
Yeah.
In Game 2 of the World Series. So, I mean, look, it just goes with what we've been saying all year. Guys like Freese, like they're on. Every team has those kind of guys. No, do I want Freese starting 162 games? No. But was a valuable piece to the Pirates. He had a good year. I mean, he had a pretty good year.
Absolutely.
For David Freese standards at his age. And
anyone's
the
standards.
Dodgers are using
you can't knock him on just because he's David Freese or whatever. Like anybody has that season. You know, if you're not, unless you're like some complete all-star. I mean, that's a solid season regardless. You need those guys on your team.
Right.
You know, you're trying to acquire David Freeses on your team, such as the Dodgers at the trade deadline. They traded to get this guy.
Right. Yep. And it was funny because I was tweeting all this out and I was retweeting and just roasting some people. And I got one tweet back that said, did you save those screenshots for like 6 months? I'm like, no, like Twitter has a really good search feature, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
You like go on there. Like I literally just typed in Freeze and Hurdle and that's all I needed. Like you just.
Meanwhile, don't let Ryan fool you. I mean, no, maybe not physically. He didn't save that screenshot, but no, that's been in his head. That was saved up here. That's been tucked away for quite some time.
Now I do save some screenshots, but that's usually Pittsburgh media members that I'll save. Put it away for a rainy day. But yeah, these ones, no, it just. I mean, basically, and what the funny thing was, DiNardo, was I had to scroll through the tweets about Freese and Hurdle from August when people were also losing their shit because Hurdle wasn't playing Freese enough. But from a month before that, they were mad because he was on the team.
Right.
So, I mean,
we don't have to go too deep into this, but just to repeat ourselves for the billionth time, David Freese is a good player. A player, albeit, that shouldn't be starting every day. We saw that, last year proved it. When he had to play because of Jung Ho. The guy's a great... Okay, I guess... Tell that back a bit. The guy's a really good baseball player.
I don't know about great.
Right. But, he definitely belongs on a team, but, he's not... If you play him every day, you see what you saw last year. So you have to play him in spurts. You have to play him and give him his rest and his days off and whatnot. And you get what you get this year. Had Jung Ho been here last year or any other third baseman, and you saw this, you would probably see this David Freese last year. I'm not shocked by this by any means. we said it. David Freese is good in a part-time role, and that's what he was this year, and he's showing it. And here he is starting in a World Series game today, hitting a home run.
Yep. A couple of those, some shade to our buddy Mike in Illinois. A couple of those tweets, DFA Freeze tweets, were from him. So I decided not to roast him, and I just tweeted him. I think the eye emoji.
Oh, you should have roasted him
of some of his tweets, but yeah,
I definitely. You know what? I would have done it. Screw you, Mike.
But, yeah,
from Illinois. What do you know?
Yeah, so it was fun. That was fun. But yeah, like you said, I mean, David Freese, Steve Pearce, Brock Holt, I mean, they're in the World Series. They're starting games. Teams, big market teams even employ these guys. They even trade for them. So there you go.
Yeah.
But anyway, DiNardo, let's kind of start our first segment here. Is we want to kind of, World Series is winding down. We're going to be getting into the official off season. We're going to have teams are deciding on options. We're going to have arbitration and all that. So we decided we'll dive into, which I'm sure we'll do a ton of the times in the next 3-4 months. But we're going to dive into some payroll discussion and kind of break down next year's payroll. We have MLB Trade Rumors does their projected arbitration totals, which they're projected, but they're usually pretty spot on. So they have a system down, and it's pretty good. So we have those totals for the couple of the arbitration guys we have. So we figured we'd go through the roster and basically see what the Pirates have on the books as far as the guaranteed contracts, and then the pre-arb guys we kind of estimate as well. That's one that's always like, a guy gets like a $10,000 raise, but you never really hear about it, until the season.
Unless he doesn't get that raise and your name's Garrett Cole,
then
you hear about it. But other than that, nobody hears or cares.
The Pirates only gave Garrett Cole a $10,000 raise?
Yeah, right.
It's like they didn't have to give him anything.
Yep.
So let's get into the payroll. So I just basically took one of our Excel spreadsheet that we had used last year for the website and deleted some names. And, two of those names were J.A. and Mercer, which was nice. So I deleted those names and added the arbitration guys like Dickerson, Kella. I think there were only 3. Yeah, I think Dickerson, I just closed the thing, of course. Dickerson, Kella, and actually Feliz, which there's not even a guarantee that Feliz is going to be on the roster, at least the 25-man roster next year.
Yep.
But I think Feliz is at his projections at 900,000, so it's not much.
Yeah, but I mean there isn't much, and right, there's 4. There's Dickerson, Kella, Feliz, and then technically Ryan Lavarnway.
Yeah, he's not making the team.
So, right. So
I wasn't even going to mention him.
There is 4, but right. So it's down to them 3. And like you said, I mean, I realistically think it might just be 2 as well. I don't know if Feliz really has a lock on this, even though he's part of that trade. And you liked a lot of stuff that you saw from him, the metrics and like the stuff that he has, but he just really hasn't brought it. And the way this bullpen's set up, I don't know, like you said, if you really can guarantee that spot for him.
Yeah, I think Santana's injury and the fact that Nevarakis has been a complete disaster in 2008. I mean, not that Feliz hasn't been.
Right.
But, I mean, Nevarakis, you can kind of throw him down.
I would rather have Feliz than Nevarakis, if that's what you're saying. Like, right. I trust a turnaround more from Feliz and the stuff that he has opposed from Nevarakis.
Absolutely. And I think Nevarakis where he could benefit from another year at AAA if he's even, stays on the 40-man and everything. But
right. If he has a chance to make it, right.
Right. So I think Feliz has a shot, but if they go out and they do add in the bullpen through free agency, then Feliz that spot might become a little murky. But I did put Feliz down just because the arbitration, but I did put him down as pretty much the names of who I had for next year. So let me start, DiNardo. So basically, I have 19 guys that I think are pretty sure bets for the roster next year. So I'll just kind of go through them here. Cervelli, Diaz, Bell, Moran, Frazier, Polanco. Now he's going to be on the DL. Marte, Dickerson, Tyone, Archer, Trevor Williams, Musgrove, Nova,